The email address that we were talking about is there on the screen for you guys now. So it's BFireSafe@school@gmail.com. So if you're like me, you'll often do a session and then suddenly think of a brilliant question after that session. So just take a note of that particular email address. And then to close today's session, we have Finney and Joyce. And I'm going to be Finian's virtual clicker. So it's over to you, Finian.
Excellent. Thank you, Greg. I just thought before we finished that I was asked, what do we think about the future of the BFireSafe at School program? And I just would like to discuss with you the future and give you my thoughts as to how I see us sustaining the project into the future. And maybe following this presentation, you might have some ideas or suggestions yourself. Next slide, Greg. The project is due to finish at the end of next month in October 2021, and you will see that over the last 2 days how we have developed the program from its beginnings in 2018 and all of the content that has been created and delivered in an innovative way. So the question is, how will we sustain that into the future? Next slide. And I would suggest that we need to work on a number of levels in order to sustain that program into the future. Next slide. As you can see, at project level, we have a project consortium of 9 partners in 7 countries, and all of us have invested heavily in the development of the program for the last 3 years. And at this stage, we're not going to abandon it and let it become obsolete. Next slide. So we have a commitment from our partners, LearnKey, project website, the LMS, and the social media live for the next few years. And as a group, as a project group, we have to discuss among ourselves how we will update the content into the future after the project ends. Next slide, Greg. We look forward to seeing you and many more schools in Europe rolling out the program during this school year, and we'll be happy to receive feedback from both teachers and students as you go along. And we ask you as teachers to help spread the word about the program using word of mouth and social media. And at the end of the school year, we are planning to have to carry out a survey of both teachers and students at the end of the year. Next slide, Greg. At national level, we've planned a series of multiplier events in each partner country before the end of the project to help disseminate the results of the project to a wider group of stakeholders. And we would encourage teachers to discuss with their national departments of education and schools how to integrate the program into the existing curriculum subjects. And I think Veronica has explained that very well from an Irish point of view as to how it could integrate into many subjects on the Irish curriculum. We would encourage discussions with teachers' organisations to create more awareness of the programme, and this can be done by presenting at teacher conferences and training events. And we've already been approached by other online learning companies in Ireland to allow parts of our programme to be incorporated into their online learning offerings. Next slide. At European level, we're planning to launch the programme in Brussels next month in October, and we've invited MEPs and others involved in education at EU level to attend that event. We have received the support of teacher organisations and fire service colleagues in Europe, and we expect that support to continue into the future. And maybe look going forward, it might be a good idea to submit another Erasmus application to sustain and improve the programme and to add more languages. At present, we have the programme converted into 10 languages. And finally, next slide, Greg. Don't forget to continue to follow us online. And these are all the social media channels that we have currently available, and we will sustain them into the future. So next slide, Greg. That's a brief overview as to my ideas as to how we will be able to sustain this program into the future. But just before I finish, I would like to thank the Carrick Education Centre, both Karen and Perminder, for hosting our training workshop over the last 2 days. I'd like to thank our excellent facilitator, Caroline, who put together all the program and to make sure it ran smoothly. We had Greg on board, and I'd like to thank you, Greg, for your input as well and your expertise in making the whole program and the workshops run smoothly. I'd like to thank all our partners and the contributors for the huge volume of work that you have done in preparing and presenting at the teacher training workshops over the last 2 days. And especially I would like to thank all of you as teachers for attending the workshops. And I would say to you, keep in touch with us either by email or over by social media. And I would say to you, finally, best of luck in your efforts in rolling out the program, and to say that we will be here to support you in any way that we can going into the future. So thank you once again.
Okay, and just to say thank you for all the teachers attending from Belgium, Germany, Spain and Ireland, and for giving up your afternoon. We do hope that you will find this a really good resource and will benefit both you and your students. So really, really thank you.